Hello guys, Paul here. It is Saturday, June 21st, and today I'm going to be doing a shave where I compare the Lather 2-band bulb-shaped brush with a Lather 3-band bulb-shaped brush. There's the 2-band. This is the 4125 2-band version. This is the size 2, which is 26mm knot, and I'm going to be comparing that to my one of my Lather 4125 3-band silver tip brushes. This is the 4125 size 3, so this is a 28mm knot, so it's 2mm bigger than the size 2. And I'm going to compare the two. I did a comparison between the Lather 3-band bulb versus this Lather 2-band fan. Don't really think that was a fair comparison between the two hair types. But my Lather 2-band fan does not have as much backbone as this, and I've been curious as to whether that is due to the shape of the knot or the hair grade or the hair fibers. So today I'm going to compare the two bulb-shaped knots. Same handle, one white, one black. One is a 3-band and one is a 2-band, and so should be an interesting comparison. And then today I'm going to be using a soap that was sent to me by Anthony Esposito from some of the various Facebook shaving groups that I frequent. And this soap is the Catie's bubble soap. It's called Gardenia de Lather, and that I believe, or I've been told, translates to the gardenia of the stallion, or the stallion's gardenia. And apparently Anthony had this soap made. His wife has a lot of gardenias, I guess, that grow in their garden or around their house, and he loves the scent of them, and so had asked Chris Cullen from Catie's Bubbles to make a soap for him with gardenia scent, and so this is what resulted. And Anthony had heard me talking about my love of rose-scented shaving soap and shaving and products and whatnot, and offered to send me the Gardenia de Lather, one of his tubs to use, and I can say that I really enjoy this scent, and I'll describe it a little bit as I'm doing the shave. But it smells like gardenia flowers. It's really beautiful, and really bright and uplifting scent, and I'm very much enjoying it. And of course, the performance of the soap is like all other Catie's Bubbles. They perform great. So anyways, we're going to go ahead and get started. I've already applied my pre-shave, and my pre-shave that I've been using is just the Vito's cream, pre-shave cream. I have a little tub of that, and I've just been using that pretty much every day, just kind of Titanicking my way through that one. So I'm going to go ahead and get going. I'm going to go ahead and load the brush. The brush I did shake out and squeeze out, so it's relatively dry, so I'm going to load the brushes fairly dry, and I'm just going to get a good loading, maybe a 20-second loading on each of these brushes. And then I'm going to lather one side of my face with one brush and the other side with the other brush. I have been using these brushes fairly extensively now for about a couple of good 2 weeks. I've been alternating between the two to try and develop an opinion about the two brushes. So I just loaded the 2-band, and now I'm going to load the 3-band, and we'll give it a good 20-30 second loading here. I'm just going to add a little more water to the soap here to kind of facilitate this a little bit. And this soap, when you first open it, you just get a blast of that gardenia flower smell, and as you lather it, you smell it very strongly as well. Okay. I think we got a pretty good loading there, so go ahead and get started. On this side, I'm going to use the 2-band. And I'm just going to turn the water on a trickle here so I can add water, since I did load the brush pretty dry. We'll start adding water here to this. So what I really like about this scent is that it's just a really fresh floral scent. And for people that like floral fragrances, I think this one definitely is really nice. It's very strongly scented. When you open it, there's no doubt it just fills the bathroom with this lovely floral gardenia scent. It's just very fresh, and it's a wonderful kind of summertime, springtime smell. It just reminded me of spring as soon as I opened the tub. It's like spring has sprung in your bathroom when you open the tub of this soap. So, and as you can see, the lather with the Catie's bubbles is coming together quite nicely. Going to add a tad bit more water on this side and then I'll lather the other side. And I've used the Catie's bubbles. I've lathered it both using the dry and wet technique. Really this soap does not seem to be too finicky about how much water you add and how fast you add it. You can pretty much lather this any way you like. It works fine either way. So, okay, I'll just flatten that out. Here's our 2-band, and we're going to go ahead and get started with the 3-band here. And once I get the lather formed here, I'm going to give you kind of an initial impression of the feel of these brushes. I really enjoy these the these Lather bulb shaped brushes. I find that the bulb shape seems to work really well for face lathering. They have really pretty soft tips, and the bulb shape seems to allow the brush to retain, or the fibers to retain, more backbone. So you get this feeling of a little bit more backbone than a same size flat tip or fan tip brush. Okay, so I'm just going to So my first impression of these is that they both are pretty doggone soft. I would say they're pretty close in softness. The 3-band maybe just a tad bit softer, but the 2-band has a little bit more backbone to it in this bulb-shaped knot. It just seems like the bristles maybe feel a little bit more rigid, and it has a little bit more backbone, but you're not adding a lot of scritch to it or scrubbiness to it, so the added backbone you get is slightly more than in the 3-band, but you're not sacrificing softness of the bristles with it, so that's kind of nice. So today I'm using the Matador Toro Mastiff Razor. I got this razor quite a while ago, and I used it a couple times, and it sat in the drawer, and I never really grabbed for it. You know, I was using other razors, or other razors were just calling out to me to be used. And then about a month ago, I pulled this thing out and decided to use it. I think I'd read Shave of the Day from Scott Pavkovic from Pav Brushes, extolling the virtues of this razor. So I pulled it out and figured, hey, what the heck, I'm going to go ahead and use it. And I have been really pretty surprised with this razor. It's even though it's an open comb or a closed comb razor, it is fairly aggressive, and I found that I have been getting some really pretty good shaves with that razor, and it's been pretty impressive. So here we go, pass number 2, and I think I have loaded in there a Persona Lab Blue blade. So both brushes, even though they're relatively dense, have really pretty good flow through. They seem to release the lather pretty well. They're not particularly hoggy with the lather, so. Okay. For me, the Persona Lab Blues are a pretty decent blade. I actually prefer the Med Prep blade personally. Seems to feel a little bit smoother to me, but the Lab Blue is still a good blade. I don't have any problems with it. If I had to use that blade all the time, I'd certainly be more than happy with it. So here we go, pass number 3. And again, I'm just going to scrub a little bit with it. And really nice and soft, but it's got, the tube end in the bulb shape really has a really nice backbone, and a lot more backbone than the tube end in the fan. The fan is much more floppy than this. This tube end bulb shaped knot is really pretty impressive. So here we go, the 3-band. And again, a pretty impressive brush too in its own right here in the 3-band. Plenty of backbone, and just slightly softer on the tips in this, between these two that I have. But pretty doggone close. Okay. Third and final pass. Again, the Persona feeling nice and smooth, no tugginess. Alright, there we go. So that's 3 passes with the Gardenia de l'Echelon, and using the 2 different faders, bulb-shaped knots in the 4125 style. One in 2-band, one in 3-band, and I have to say they're both great brushes. And the 2-band is probably has a little bit more backbone than the 3-band. It may not be quite as soft, but it's pretty doggone close. I mean, the differences are negligible in softness. Really the difference in the backbone is not that much either. It's pretty minimal. The 3-band maybe just a tad bit softer and maybe not quite as much backbone, but both great brushes. I don't think you could go wrong with either one of these brushes. I would just get whatever you think, whatever you like best. They're pretty close. If you're a 2-band fan, this is definitely one you probably want to try. And if you are a Badger, silver tip Badger fan, then the 3-band is probably one you want to try. And I would just say, if you've never tried a bulb-shaped shaving brush, these would definitely be the ones to try. They're nice and soft. They got nice springy backbone, good flow through, and I'll tell you, I've always been a fan of fan-shaped brushes until I tried these faders, and I've really become quite a fan of the bulb-shaped knots. I really love these knots. I can't say too much about them. And then lastly, I do want to thank Anthony Esposito for sending me the shaving soap, and I assume that since this is a Stallion's Gardenia, I'm going to assume this is probably that Anthony is the Italian stallion. I'm going to assume that that's how this got its name. So I'm going to go ahead and use my fine Italian citrus in honor of all the my fellow Italian brethren out there. So here we go. This is a great aftershave. Like all the fine products, really smells great. Very reminiscent of Acqua di Parma, Colonia, and I can get all the soap off my face. It's almost like the Acqua di Parma with added menthol for your aftershave. Now it doesn't have the projection and longevity of Acqua di Parma, Colonia, but it's still pretty dang good, and the smell is great. It's really very refreshing. In the morning, they have that little menthol kick and that kind of nice citrusy, kind of citrus woody sort of scent. Just absolutely great. Great way to finish off the shave. And guys, I hope you have a great weekend, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any questions about the brushes or anything that I said here, please feel free to comment below, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.